Oh, hey, welcome to Marshall's Corner. Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Marshall's Corner, where today we're going to be talking about our third section of 7 Habits to a Highly Effective Team. And in this section, we're going to be talking quickly and briefly about habit number 4, 5, 6, and then an overview of the whole section. And this whole section is based around the public victory and how to win a victory and win victories in your life in the public. To kick it off, we're going to start off at number 4. And number 4 is think win-win. And basically, this is pretty much what the saying is too. And you've all probably heard it. So, think win-win is make it so everyone can win and not just yourself. You don't want to think win-lose because then you're always trying to get first. And you're always trying to be first in everything, putting others down and always putting yourself ahead of everyone else. But at the same time, you don't want to think lose-win. Because if you think lose-win, then you're being a pushover and you're letting others get your way even if it's not the right thing. But the worst thing is you don't want to be lose-lose, which means pretty much you're trying to take other people down with you. And that's pretty much as low as it goes. And in this section of the book, it talks about how to think win-win and everything. And I really related to this one because a lot of the time I'm thinking lose-win because I just want things to be easy and I just want any struggle to be over with. And that's all right in the short term, but eventually it's pretty bad to think like that. But one situation where I really think win-lose is in my snowboarding competitions, which I do a lot. And I always just think about getting first and doing the best, even if it's not about having fun. And in the end, you just want to have fun. You want to make friends. And the next habit we're going to talk about is habit number 5, which is seek first to understand and then to be understood. And pretty much what this means is to listen to others before you're so quick to get your word out. Because everyone loves a good listener, let's be honest. So this doesn't necessarily mean don't talk at all. It just means a lot about being a good listener and being a genuine listener, because we all know those people who pretend to be listening to your story and it's the story you're really excited about, but then at the end of the story they're just like, oh, crazy. And it's like, oh, you really didn't listen to my story the whole time, did you? And there's also listeners that are self-centered listeners, where if you say, oh, I had such a bad day today, or oh, I'm so sick today, they'll say, oh, I'm so sick too, I'm probably even more sick, or I had an even worse day. And there's nothing worse than having a bad day and then someone who's having a great day just try to make everything about themselves. So habit number 5, seek first to understand and then to be understood, pretty much means be a good listener. That way you can form good and long-lasting relationships. And next, we're going to talk about habit number 6, which is the last in this section of the book and the public victory, which is synergize. And synergizing is pretty much finding someone you synergize with means find people who complement your skills and find people who work well with you. So synergizing a lot of the time means working together, not working alone. And this is part of the public victory because, of course, it's with other people. And some things to remember when synergizing are to be open-minded, because other people's ideas are important to take into consideration for synergizing. Also, know that differences are good, because differences lead to different trains of thought, which are often better than yours. And there's some people who don't like differences, and one category of these people is shunners. And shunners are pretty much racists, people who are against your ideas, people who are closed-minded, and that type of thing. And these are really people that don't work well with other people, and no one likes these kind of people. And then there's people who are just tolerators, and tolerators are not that good either. They don't really encourage people being different, they just deal with it, oh, whatever. Lastly, we have celebrators, and you want to be a celebrator because you want to celebrate your differences, you want to encourage people being different and being themselves. So, in conclusion to today's episode, we've learned about habits that make you successful and make you a successful team, and especially about the public victory and what it means to be publicly successful, which means helping your relationships, being happy with your friends, your parents, your family, being happy with everyone around you, It means not being a pushover, but at the same time not being so arrogant about yourself, and so many other things. So goodbye, and thanks for listening.